Previously on T&C D&D.
Alright, Mr. Magistrate, you're obviously up to some shady shit down here, yeah? And we're so cool with that, we want to join your team.
I thought you already were on my team. You were gonna like the bunch of humans just kind of sitting there, fishing, minding their own business.
Okay, I approach them and I say, "Hello, good fellows. Hail, fellow, well met. Is this the road to Gnome Town?" Our party.
So what's your business in the gnome village?
Oh right, who wants to know?
Oh,
You're so rude to our new friend.
just being friendly.
Forgive my mage companion. He is, as my people say, a bit of a dick. I say this in front of the fisherman. I say to Badger Snaggletooth. I was like, okay, yeah. So, do we want to kill these guys, or are we just gonna keep going?
Within earshot of them.
They only have fishing rods. We can take them.
Okay, so that's one for murder.
I kind of wanna. I'm not happy that guy asked us about our business.
So I say to the fisherman, I'm like, okay, bad news. So we took a.
Where I'm from, you let people be.
Well, maybe you need to.
There was an inflection on. There was a tone with which he asked that question.
I don't think it was.
Snaggletooth, back me up.
It doesn't matter. It's
not
was,
throwing shade, right?
It's chapters. It's fine. Let's just, for the future, maybe think twice. Count to 10. Can you count to 10 next time, please?
I'll go count to 10.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now who wants to go to a gnome village? Well, is that who's helping us then?
You hear like a voice call out through the darkness. Are you okay?
Who is that? I say back.
That's
Identify yourself, Bowman.
a very good question. A question so good that I'm gonna answer it for you.
I think this guy's stalling, I think.
As soon as it's almost like he's looking up his name in the book of names. Coming out of the forest is these look like people, but they're shorter.
Like each of their names.
And
I'm kidding. I know.
I'm not. I want to know.
there's 4 small, pointy-eared gnomes.
Hey!
You made it to the gnomes.
Gnomes! I go and I pick one up and I just cradle him in my arm.
How long I've waited.
I've waited so long for you, Igdent.
It's like, oh my god, you must be really hurt. We need to get these people to the village quickly.
Yes, take us to your glorious gnome village. Shake him with joy. And everybody is here. I'm assuming I'm here because I can't see myself. Welcome, one and all, children, young and old of spirits and young of mind, to T&C D&D Chapter 3.
Yay!
Thank you.
3 chapters already?
Yeah, 3 chapters of 3 episodes?
Chaos.
2 episodes.
3 chapters of chaos.
So, because this is the 3rd chapter, I don't think there's a big need to do all the plugs. This is the T&C D&D web show, so it is the Top Hats and Canes, plug machine, basically. tophatsandcanes.com is where you can go for all your internet entertainment, including the Motorhead Monthly podcast, hosted by Matt Hensman. That's why you'd say hello. I'm Matt Hensman.
Hello.
Inquiring Minds, starring, what's your name again?
I'm not going to dignify that response.
New series, though, isn't there, Paul Quinn?
Yeah. For shits and giggles, yeah.
He has a very bleak way of promoting this show. He's like, oh, no one's going to listen to it.
No one does listen, though. Like, we should point that out. No one does listen.
Here's the new series of Arrested Development, guys.
Fuck you. You don't deserve this. That's our tagline. Inquiring Minds Season 3, you don't deserve this.
It's now available on Spotify, so that's good. And Matt Hensman, Matt Holland of matthollandauthor.com. Hello, Matt Holland. Anything to plug before we get going?
Nothing recently. No, it's been spinning my wheels with the website, like just uploading whatever's been in the chamber. Hoping more stuff will kick off in February, though.
Aren't we all, brother? Aren't we all? So, where were we last time?
Last time round, you visited the town of Windscar, which was a town surrounded by a lot of what looked like volcanic floor around it. You were attacked by goblins and had to retreat into the town to find a safe place. And you got hired by Magistrate Holg to send a message up to the mountains.
Hang on, I don't think I was recording any of that.
No.
No, you are. It's in the corner.
Oh, was
Liam
that?
Gillish is recording the call.
Oh, okay. I must have been recording on one of the other ones. So it's definitely recording.
Cool.
Yes.
Sweet. So we got that.
Carry on, Matt.
What was I? Yeah. So Magistrate Holg hired you to go up to the mountains to the Gnome Town, which he never told you the name of it, but you kind of know it when you saw it. Along the way, you met some people by a lake who... Actually, no, you actually found a crypt, didn't you? And you went underground to this crypt.
We remember the lake first, where...
No, because the crypt was the cliffhanger from game 2.
Ah, okay.
You found, Magistrate Holg was raising the dead at the altar underground by where the mine shafts kind of went out. And you had a little arrangement where he wouldn't mention the fact that you attacked the priestess of the town if you didn't mention the fact that he was raising the dead. And it's like a gentleman's bargain that you had with him.
I don't think there was any gentleman involved in that.
In his private time is his business.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get up to whatever necromancy you want to get to in your own time,
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Takes all kinds. So you went up, and along the way to the gnome village, you found a lake where some guy, 3 humans were there, and just happened to pass by, and one of them was like, "Hello," and you were like, "Hi," and then they asked you where you were going, and Badge, in a fit of...
Is that what he said to me? I remember taking great offense at something that he said to me.
All he said was well met travelers, and where are you off to? And just this.
There was a tone. There was a definite tone.
The Kill Bill theme just went off.
Yeah.
He was these fucking guys, and you just blasted them. You just destroyed all 3 of them, and the hobgoblins who were trying to mug them, looked at you guys like, "Geez, we're not even this bad."
Yeah,
I thought the hobgoblins, and as night was falling, you could almost within range of the mountains when some horrible beasts with the heads of hyenas just saw you coming and just chased after you on all 4s, and you legged it up through the forest, and you were rescued by some gnomes from a nearby village who like took them out with headshots from their crossbows and were like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?" And that's kind of where we left off.
Okay.
Cool. So we're in the Gnome Town now, yeah?
Not quite yet. Let me just go bring up my character thing. The gnome who like rescued you is like this kind of well, obviously they're all quite short. So they're all like
they are gnomes
by definition.
I mean that's not all gnomes, okay?
Hashtag not all gnomes.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of them. None of them really get to like much higher than 4 feet. Like they're all roughly about between 3.5 and 4.5 feet tall. The leader is like this little guy with sort of shaved hair and like a scar on his face. Is like, "What are you doing in the woods this time of night? It's really not safe."
We were looking for something. What are you doing in the woods this time of night?
Introduce myself. I'm Ranger Captain Warren Quill Sharpener from Craker's Gap up in the hills. Do you guys need help or what? Are you lost?
I really don't remember what we're meant to be doing. So does anyone else want to take the lead on this?
We've been sent by magistrates to do what?
Your job was to alert the gnome village that to see if they could get a message out to say that all the trade routes outside of Windscar have been hobgoblins and goblins have been camped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has got mad Episode 1 Star Wars vibes. Are we pro gnome or are we anti gnome?
that's up to you, really, isn't it? Like, how do you feel about gnomes?
Well, our job is to warn the gnomes of the hobgoblins, right?
Yeah, and you kind of wanted them to get a message out to
Okay.
in town to say like they need.
So we're a bit roughed up, like really from the last couple. So I say to them, not much. We're just out. We're taking a stroll. What the fuck do you think we're doing? Okay, we're here to warn you, motherfucker. You seen how dangerous these streets are lately? Shit is crazy, yo.
It's just non-stop gnoll attacks up this way, which is why I was worried, because I've not seen travelers come through here in so long. We were just on our way out to try and find the this is the problem with having loads of like Councillor Gendruck's personal butler has kind of gone fishing down this way, and we were coming to warn him to come straight back to the village because it just wasn't safe.
He's dead. He's gone.
We saw those hobgoblins. They just swarmed on him.
I wouldn't bother, mate.
What?
No.
Gone.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
This is bad.
He's taking this hard.
Horrible. He's
Does he know him well? Was he a close friend?
No, it's just he was the councillor's personal butler. He was like he was on his day off, and the councillor gave him the day off, and he just wandered off without permission, and the councillor sent us out to come and retrieve him. But this is awful news. Like,
well, let's all go to the councillor and tell him this has happened. How about that?
I think that's the best idea, and we shouldn't really be having this conversation.
Yes.
In the middle of the with
Super
already established of very, very dangerous.
And as we set off, I say, look, glass half full. He's sleeping with the fishes, which is how he would have wanted to go.
We can set up a nice grave for him that just says "Gone fishing."
I don't mind. That's pretty poetic, but we probably need to go. So like he posts up like two of the gnomes, like they do like complicated gnomish hand signals, and two of them kind of go back into the trees with their crossbows, sort of aiming at the road, and then Warren and two of the other gnomes sort of go escort you up the road. You're not walking for particularly far. It's only like 20-30 minutes. You don't really hear very many sounds from the woods or anything, and he leads you up to like right up to where the mountains are. It looks like a sheer red cliff face right in front of you, and he like goes up to it, sort of does a quick like wave of his hands, and the cliff face vanishes, like fades into mist, and in front of you is a hill going upwards, and high walls that were like hidden by this illusion.
Wakanda.
Gnomes posted on them. It's like if we get through the walls, we'll be safe in there, and we can discuss what we need to do about the councillor's butler.
Before we go any further, I would like to use Animal Messenger, which I've just received by level.
Here we go.
I would like to summon a squirrel.
Okay.
And I would like to say, look, I need you to do me a solid. I need you to go back to the town where we originated from and find the magistrate and tell him that the three adventurers that he's set off with can't go any further because we've run into a problem with Updog. Okay?
And the squirrel's like...
Second point, because I'm almost betting this whole thing rests on him saying, "What's up, dog?" And then you reply, "Not much, dog. What's up with you?" Okay, buddy? Go on. There's an acorn in it for you. Go.
You're like,
yeah, and I turn to Michelle Rodriguez and I'm like, that won't pay off for a while, but when it does, it's gonna be worth it.
And I say, why? What did you say? Because he was obviously speaking to Squirrel.
And I'm like, just wait. It'll be better if you wait.
Okay, but it better pay off.
It will pay off.
Is anyone else doing anything before you kind of go up to the walls?
I'm just looking at the gnome village in the distance with a sudden sense of ennui and reminiscence of a time from my life that's quite faded.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll come back later.
Did you have
Is that likely to pay off?
Maybe.
Leading into a like backstory.
Are you saying I laid that on a bit too thick there?
That's fine. That's I think.
Well, what's your backstory, Snaggletooth? Fuck you! I say out loud.
I'm oddly taken with the lead gnome, Ranger Warren. Did you say?
Warren Quill Sharpener.
Yeah, like we keep like meeting gazes, and then I turn away blushing.
He is.
I just have a thing for authority, guys. Okay, it's not a big deal.
Blushes a little bit as well.
Ooh, I sell fireworks.
You know, could be a romantic spin-off.
So,
kind of. Sorry,
yeah. Now I was going to say, Michelle Rodriguez says, I smell fireworks, and then like all the gnomes are like, where?
That's right.
And we have to explain, no, it's just a figure of speech.
Where are fireworks? What are fireworks?
They're like, no, it's just a metaphor for my friend being gay for your friend. It's cool. And then Badge gets all blushing and I'm like, no, I'm not. Shut up. And then we giggle.
Oh my god, don't tell him. Don't tell him. Okay?
Like him.
I know that you'll tell him.
Oh, we're going to stay up and gossip about this later. Anyway, Snaggletooth, what are you doing?
I don't know, are we just going into the gnome village rather than going to shit cliff things?
Snaggletooth is going to roll for not being a part of this bullshit.
Like Snaggletooth just striding ahead of everyone else. Like, oh my god.
God, these guys are going to get...
Why do you hate love, Snaggletooth?
Yeah.
So what's in the gnome village then?
I'm
guessing it's like, you know, like water wheels that run things, you know, like...
Are all the entryways like 4 foot high?
Yes, is everything very tiny? You have to crawl everywhere.
The walls themselves are quite high up. They're not as high as like what you'd find in a human village, but they kind of don't need it because they're kind of secluded in the mountains. But they're like 20, 25 feet high, so they're quite like scalable, but not as high as like a human city's walls. There are like a bunch of gnomes on there with crossbows, and there's a couple of like ballistas arranged up for security. And as you go through past the walls, Warren kind of salutes at them, at the gnomes posted up, and they kind of salute back. He leads you through to a little guard tower along, like not far from the walls themselves. And as you sort of crest over the hill, you can see like the city itself is bigger than you were anticipating. It's like as Michelle Rodriguez said, you were expecting like water wheels and sort of Ewok village type thing, but it looks
That's
like
weird. That's suspicious.
The buildings are not very particularly tall. Like they are reasonably sized for a human town, but
what's their level of industry like? Are they on steam power or are they on coal still? Where's the industrial revolution?
There's quite a lot of smoke in the city. It sort of seems to be billowing out like a lot of the houses seem to be billowing out a lot of smoke, and there are like large buildings towards the back of the city that are just spewing out these like noxious brown fumes out of smokestacks.
How have they advanced artistically? Because I think we can all agree that's how we should really judge a society.
It looks reasonably quite.
What's the government funding of public art like?
It's quite uniform. Like the buildings are quite blocky, but they look sturdy and secure. But there's the occasional you'll see like the odd tree dotted about that's kind of been carved into unique shapes, and there's a lot of hedges that have been kind of people
topiary.
Yeah, topiary hedges that have been kind of.
I don't think topiary classes is high art, so I'm going to be very snobbish about this place. Michelle Rodriguez walks forward with her nose in the air.
Amateurish.
I spent a summer in Prague, and the art scene was much better than it is here.
You'll be one of those travellers,
as far as their culture has gone.
It'd be so easy to look down my nose on gnome culture because it's so small anyway.
I mean, all of you are kind of turning your nose up at it, but that's not really a fault of yours. It's more the fact that they're all quite small.
Well, I'm basically sashaying like a drag queen across this place because my head's that far back.
So we kind of lead you into this guard tower along the side of the town. If that's where you want to go, you don't have to follow him. You can just wander into the town if you want.
I'll follow him and I watch that ass sweat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Time for one of my famous asides. Badge, quick word. So
What's
listen.
going on? What's the
I know-
hippity flop flop?
So we all worked together in that office from back in before the game started in season 1, chapter 1, and
Yeah.
we all remember that we all had to come in that weekend for the HR meeting because you did
Yeah.
something inappropriate, didn't you?
I was part of a twosome that did something inappropriate. I think it's unfair to place the whole blame on me.
Okay, it's been discussed this over the past. I'm just saying this time, maybe keep your dick in your pants until someone asks to see your dick. That's all I'm saying. Just going forward. Just going forward.
All right, okay.
Okay?
I mean, listen.
Okay.
I
I
hear where you're coming from.
Aside from that, I wish you nothing but the best. Happy hunting and bon appetit.
Snaggletooth, Lolo off on their little aside. Are you joining them, or are you doing anything else?
I don't know if I want any of this aside. It sounds like he got fired.
Just immediately regretting
It was
it.
a stern warning.
Yeah.
There's a difference between fired and being warned.
Yeah.
It's like that's strike one.
Oh, Badger's on strike 2.
I mean, murdering people is, that's just part of the course. But having an attack another dude is like, ooh.
I just don't want these gnomes to think we're all pervs. That's all.
Listen, I'm not down for anything that isn't consensual.
Okay, I'm just saying we should all get that out on the open.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as that's established.
Right.
So you're all going into the guard tower.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Inside there's like a warm fire. He offers you like mugs of ale and
3 tequilas for me and my friends. It's gonna get on a t-shirt with that.
And what else? 3 tequilas and what else do you want?
What is everyone else having?
Hey!
Say that on the back.
Swagadabash. That's another t-shirt. It says Swagadabash.
Who else? Michelle Rodriguez.
I'm gonna write down Swagadabash as my new catchphrase. Carry on.
Catchphrases are that's where the money is. But we don't have any tequila, but we've got ale and water and tea and.
Well, pour 3 of them out and tell me that they're tequila.
I can. Fair enough. gives you a mug of ale and is like, that's tequila, and just nods his head.
Shit.
Like playing. Like so, yeah. So. News about
right? Am I right?
What was the guy's name? The guy's name. Are you absolutely certain that you saw the councillor's butler get attacked? Because he wasn't the most remarkable look. With all respect to the dead, but he wasn't the most remarkable looking human being.
Was he with 2 of the guys down by the lake?
Yeah, Andrew and Stephen, his 2 best.
I mean, look, we said it ourselves. Like, nobody's venturing out unless it's pretty agents. We saw 3 guys close to here get, who else is it going to be? Beyond reasonable doubt. I never met this guy. I've certainly never spoken to him.
Well, while Badger's doing all this, I get a little piece of paper on it and I write, "Did we kill those guys?" ? And as
I'm talking, I make eye contact.
I hand it to Snaggletooth because I don't remember this. But...
Yeah, I've certainly never spoken to him or been, inadequately insulted by what others would say was.
What are you going to do with this bit of paper?
One thing that was said about Rendell, the one thing I do know about him was that he was quite nosy. He did like to, if there was some business going on, he always liked to have his kind of nose in it. Which he was a butler. That was part of his job for the councillor anyway. But it did rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah, especially when he asked them where they were going. He had no interest.
He always seems to do that. He's done that to me once actually. I was out on patrol, and I was like, "Hey, Warren, where are you going?"
Did they just make you want to take?
No, I go, "Oh, that guy!"
God, no.
It has been said, like last time, I certainly hope someone thunderbolts him into a lake. That's like People have said that about them.
Butler's a tenner penny. Do we really care? You know what I mean? We're here to discuss business, I think.
Not familiar with that
Council
concept.
is close to Rendell, but obviously I'll pass the news on. You don't need to
Change the subject. I use my new skill of create or destroy water to create a bowl of water in front of him.
He'll give you water, dude.
What? What's going on here?
No, Holland, roll to see if they're impressed by that, because this just might be a regular day shit to them.
It pretty much is. Like, I don't need to roll for it. Gnomes in general are like quite. They know like magic is part of their culture. They know like every gnome kind of comes out more or less.
No, tough crowd is what you're saying.
Knows a few cantrips and stuff.
You basically just showed them like a shadow puppet and gone, "Ooh, look, a giant rabbit!"
It's kind of pulling them off. What's that behind your ear? Oh, it's a gold piece.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll to see if they are, if they're not patronised by this or not. The 9 plus the wisdom of. Well, they seem, they're pretty like, oh, well done. We could.
They're humouring him,
right? It's quaint.
Yeah, it's always handy to have fresh water around.
And sometimes when you want to get rid of water, oh, it's gone. It's gone.
Drink it. It's fine. But I've been monopolising this conversation because it's terrible news about the butler. But you mentioned that you were here to pass on a message to the leaders. Can I ask, like, you don't need to tell me. It's a bit above my pay grade anyway. But do you want me to pass the message on for you, or?
I mean, I look at
the directors directly, shouldn't we?
Look at my companions and I'm like, yeah, that needs to come from us, surely.
Yeah, it does, because like you're getting up in people's business again. Like the last guy that did that, he got lightning bolts into a lake. Like I didn't know goblins could wield lightning and everything, but apparently
that's what happens.
Skill that means it, yeah.
The thing is, like,
growing stronger, that means we need to speak to someone in authority as a matter of agency.
Absolutely. The council meets up once a day. The next meeting will be tomorrow at noon. I can point you. It'll be in the central pavilion. I'll draw you a little map so you can find it. That's where they'll be meeting up for the daily meeting. You can go through and they'll be short one butler, but one of the other butlers will probably introduce you to the rest of them, and you can spread your message to the councillors, and we can decide what needs to be done. In the meantime, if you need a place to stay in town, there is a tavern that has got a reasonable. The prices are reasonable. The ale is good. They've got a good selection of spirits and tequilas.
Hey. Wait a minute. Swaggerdash.
Matt, are there any temples of my faith where I can shelter?
I was actually going to ask about this as well. Like, what did you have, like, an idea of what your faith was before?
This is a very uncomfortable conversation for people we've just met.
This is like outside of the conversation. It's like just
this is meta. I am a neo-Judistian.
Did you just make that up?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a neo.
So it's not like there's going to be a temple for this religion you just made up, Badge.
So are there specific druid religions that I need to subscribe to?
Well, in general, you decide what you subscribe to. Like, was this the faith you had before you renounced it, or is this your current?
Well, and then gained back when I tried to convert that none to atheism, and it turned out shit.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Turned out religion was real. So now I'm born again.
Theology after that, didn't we? Okay, yeah.
Now I'm born again. So whatever I am, I'm a born again that.
Born again neo-Judistian. So you're asking, like, is there a neo-Judistian chapel? Or
I'm saying, do I need to? Am I allowed to make that up, or do I need to subscribe to a specific one that's in the handbook?
No, it's fine. I've been making these all up anyway.
Oh shit! Then yeah, I'm a Roman Judistian.
Neo-Roman Judistian.
Yeah. Are there
Not
any?
one of those neo-Protestant Judistians.
No. Do I look like I work in the post office? No, sir.
So it's actually a really
controversial, offensive thing to say.
But yeah, there's a few in the Temple District. There is a Neo-Roman Judician chapel. Mainly the Gilden Glow is the god we all like. This is the biggest god within this this area. Yeah, that's like the busiest temple. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about the Neo-Roman Judicians. They tend to keep themselves to themselves, but I think there was one in town. Within the Temple District.
I tend to guys, and I'm like, I don't know what about you, but I'm gonna seek shelter with my brothers, with my Roman Judicians, and we meet up here at 9 o'clock.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, splitting the party's never a bad idea.
Yeah, it always goes well. Like,
yeah.
Snaggletooth, what are you gonna do?
Let's go to the tavern.
Snaggletooth's gonna go to the tavern. I'll go with him.
I'm like, I put Snaggletooth aside, and I'm like, don't let her drink too much, okay?
Yeah, do you want to make that 10 a.m. rather than 9?
Nice. Like, is that a soft 10 or a 10:30?
She's really being drunk. She just she really zeroes in on what you don't even realize that you're insecure about, and she digs her fingernails in.
This is all news to me. I thought I was a lovable drunk.
Don't take it personally.
I mean, the last time I got proper shit-faced, you sold me out to some fucking dude on a talking horse, and I got thrown into a little pest jail, so maybe you shouldn't judge. How about that?
Well, don't make fun of our eyebrows when you know that we're sensitive about them.
Snaggletooth, let's go. I've had enough of this guy and his attitude. So we're leaving.
Go on, where are we going first? Are we going to the Neo-Roman Judician?
No, Badger's going to go there.
I mean, it's saying for the next scene.
So I think what we'll do is, since we're in the battle, I'll do Badger's journey to the Neo-Roman Judician temple, which is going to be... This is going to be fun to say a lot.
What's the acronym for that?
Just before we leave, I say gnomes. I say, listen.
RJRC.
These buildings and general structures, they're a lot bigger than I was anticipating. What's the deal with that? Well, we kind of share a lot of land with... We're kind of twinned with a dwarven settlement, which is called...
Larger than gnomes.
Larger than gnome. Dinkelberg.
I wrote this down, but I can't find it.
Smallsville.
I'm saying this to ascertain whether she's lying, and this pause does not lead to me trusting him.
Wow, where is it?
I just assumed
the guy's
everything
like,
was...
Oh, what's the name of that town next door to where we are right now?
Yeah, they have that blue car.
Oh, fuck me, where is it?
It only occurred to me that the walls might be normal sized because they're not trying to keep out gnomes.
Yeah.
Like they're not at war with themselves.
I'll circle back to what the town's called because I've completely lost where this is in my notes. But he says we're twinned with the dwarven settlement of blank, and
the Blankians, good people.
the Blankians. It's canon now. The Blankian of Blankia. We're twinned with Blankia. So we get a lot of dwarven craftsmanship, and over the years we've spread out our. We've got good relations with the people of the barren lands up in the north. So we've got a lot of. Generally, we're mainly gnomes, but there's a lot of dwarves, a lot of orcs, humans, a few elves now. There's quite a lot of so it's quite a diverse population we've got, and one of the things we need to do to accommodate all these people was grow not a lot of humans like living underground. I noticed, which
why
you know.
With their need for sunlight.
Yeah.
Some perception check I can do on him just to make sure he's telling me the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. It's insight you'd need to roll, which is
So suspicious, dude.
Your
You have
insight.
perception as well as insight.
You do have proficiency in it, so you would roll d20 plus 5 to see if he's lying.
Okay, bear with me a sec. Plus 5, did you say?
Yep.
D20. I've rolled a 17. Well, I've rolled a 12 plus my 5, 17.
As best you can figure out, this seems to be completely true, or as true as he's being honest, basically.
Yeah. He thinks he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I think you're following the wrong thread of this story, man.
I'm satisfied. I just wanted to ask. I wanted to tick that box. So yeah, I set off to my Neo Roman Judicians.
RGRC.
Yeah.
Let's just say RGRC.
Yeah.
RJRC.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do that first because that's that'll probably take the least amount of time. I can imagine being quite. So you head towards as you kind of leave the tower and head down to the city. You do see like a lot of other. Even like this late at night, there are quite a few people bustling about, and there are like just a lot of different types of people. There are like dwarves and humans, orcs, like all like mingled together. You see the occasional elf. As you split off, you see like there are a bunch of people, like hulking people in like robes with like masks pulled up, and they kind of seem like on their own and just like. Not shifty, but like they're just very. They seem quite nervous, and sort of you only kind of see them a little glimpse of them, but they kind of dash off into the alleyways. They just like, it just seems quite unusual since like, a lot of the people seem like quite friendly and just chatting to each other and stuff. These guys are very isolated on their own, and as soon as it looks like people are paying attention to them, they just leg it. But like,
okay, I mentally store that away.
All three of you see that before you split off. Oh. Just to give you a bit of background flavour. So as Snaggletooth and Michelle Rodriguez head east towards the Goose Feather, Badge goes northwards towards where the buildings they start getting quite small. They start getting quite smaller towards the ground, and it looks like a lot of them are less buildings and more burrows now. They're just like kind of. Just one door sort of leading into like a little cellar until you kind of get to the center of it, and there are quite a lot of like grand, like to a gnome-sized grand buildings. So like there's like statues and all kinds of like pale marble and stuff, and it's all quite built to scale. So it's not as big as you kind of would expect in general, but you can clearly see this is like. Where the cathedrals and temples are. So,
like, to them, it's the Empire State Building, but to us, it's like the Legoland version of the Empire State Building.
To them, it's like it's a masterful feat of craftsmanship. To you, it's like, that's about the size of the tavern was in Windscar.
Exactly.
It's bigger than I expected, but also quite small.
That's what she said.
They do. You find the Neo-Roman Judician Chapel, which is like only a small. You recognise a symbol on the outside. There's a few people sort of inside. Is like the door isn't locked. It's like just everyone's kind of free to come in. And there's a. Let me just bring up my list of names. There's a dwarf tending like the candles. Like I'm not sure what type of. What like the holy symbol is for this religion, but like there's a dwarf
because he just made it up.
Yeah, he's kind of making it go along. He's lighting candles and like tending the holy water. He's wearing like
our symbol is a moldy pear.
He's wearing with a moldy pear on the front. And he's got this enormous white beard, and he sort of turns to you. He's like, "Welcome, brother. Are you here for the service that I know the name of that we definitely didn't make up?"
I actually say, was it Gildenbeam? Did you say?
The gnome god is Gildenglow.
So I'm like Gildenglow be with you. I'm actually I'm a brother of Neo Roman Judicianism. And I'm hoping to seek shelter for the evening.
That's completely fine.
I show him the moldy pear tattoo on my wrist.
He like pulls his arm up and feels like the moldy pear tattoo on his.
We spit on them and then we rub them together.
Spits on it and rubs it against yours. Yeah. Well, we've got the sanctuary in the back. If you wanted to rest, you're more than welcome to. We'll have. We don't have much in the way of food, but you're welcome to share in what we have.
Mm-hmm.
What's a typical NJR meal look like, by the way?
I think it's a bad.
Honestly, it's mostly orange slices. If you're upmarket, you'll get like a clementine.
Ooh.
But generally, it's the citrus fruits.
It's not very a tropical climate to grow those, though, is it?
Well, herein lies the great mystery. The great
And
holy
that's why there's a religion. Okay, carry on. Fair enough.
Why would you renounce this faith? It sounds amazing.
So on that subject, I pull him, like when I'm shaking his hand, I pull him close and I'm like, listen, just in case, like I once was, you're just here for the cash. FYI, this shit is real. Like,
Well, we're very blessed by,
It's like, yeah.
I'm like, no. I mean, I'm not just talking like, oh, yeah. I'm talking like, this shit is real.
Of course it is.
I'm just saying.
Many more
I'm not a sleeper agent. I'm not like, this isn't like a mystery shopper trying to catch you. I'm just letting you know. To Druid. Like,
I renounce Neo-Roman Judician T-shirt. It answers a lot of questions already.
Like, this is just because I don't have anything to wear. I would also like some new clothes if you got them. I'm just saying, double down on your bets. Like, keep it all on blue. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I asked for new robes. I also say, hey, it's a nice place. I've met like the guards, and it's I like how tall some things are. I do want to ask, like, what is the dealio with these hulking cloaked figures that seem a bit skittish? Like, who are those guys?
Cloaked figures. Well, we have had a few. Well, recently we've had a lot of people coming from the north, mainly hobgoblins and goblins, and bless them, they don't feel particularly welcome by the rest of the people in town, so they tend to be quite nervous and skittish.
So, to recap, you're telling me hobgoblins in this town right now?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Like, I don't understand it. Very few.
Even though he won't understand it, but I say it out loud. I'm like, so you're telling me that we've travelled all this way to warn this village about hobgoblins, and the call is coming from inside the house?
Maybe. As the dwarf gets you some new robes, lead you like around to like there's a wash basin where you can wash, and there's the few like cots. It's not fancy. There's like it's not really.
It's humble.
Yeah, but it's free.
We're all Guildenstern's children, Gildenbeam's children. It doesn't matter. It is easier for a horse to pass through the eye of a needle than it is to get into Guildenstern's bonfire. So
Guildenstern is the god that is worshipped here.
Gildenbeam.
The priest of the religion just writing down notes on what his religion is.
By the way, it turns out is totally real. I never would have guessed, but I have seen shit that will turn you white.
Or whiter than I already am.
Yeah.
As you're getting settled,
I just say as I pass people like on a druid and like Guildenstern, it's real, How you doing?
I roll how suspicious you seem, because you weren't suspicious when you came in. But, no, you're okay. You're fine. Have you weird looks when you
ever been?
Like, the impression you're giving off is just like of a fresh convert who's just kind of overcome with the love of Guildenstern.
Yeah, I'm born again.
Born again. As you're getting settled and you're getting your robes and like whatever else you're doing, you hear like voices outside, like repent, and like a bell, like ding 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 ding, just like really like obnoxiously loud screaming, like repent, sinners, repent.
Is this the little gnome village version of the Westboro Baptist Church? What's going on here? I asked my little bearded gnome guy. I'm like, what's the deal with that?
He rolls his eyes, like kind of, not again. Just don't get involved with them. They normally pass by.
Is this a rival religion?
Well, I spoke to some of them a while ago, and they were very threatening, and I didn't want to get hurt, so I just let them. It's best to let them pass, let them ring their bell, let them yell at us all that we're all sinners. We already know that we're blessed in the light of Guildenstern.
Is there a window where I can peek out and just see what they look like?
Yeah. If you kind of look out the window, which may be stained glass, maybe not, depending on how you feel about your.
You don't believe in stained glass.
You kind of look out the window and you can see like three people in grey cloaks with like silver masks over their like nose and mouth, and one of them has a two-handed bell that kind of goes dong 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 as he shakes it, and another one of them is just kind of cupping his mouth and is like, "Repent, sinners!" just kind of yelling it at all of the temples as they pass. But as like they are kind of walking past, they don't seem to be directing it at any particular person. If they see like the occasional person, and like, you know, in like a mob of scallies just find someone, and
I know a zealot when I see one.
Just kind of get in their faces and it's like, repent, repent, and shake the bell. But they're not attacking anybody, they're just yelling.
Yeah, they're just being obnoxious.
I
note that down, as well as that there are hobgoblins in the vicinity of this village, and I'm gonna tell Snaggletooth and Shelley about this in the morning. But tonight we feast
on I'll see what citrus fruits they've got. Lemons.
You rolling for citrus fruits?
We've got to be the first.
There's another t-shirt. There's another t-shirt.
We are cornering the market. Ain't nobody else rolling for citrus fruits. Just us. I partake, and then at some point, I rest my weary head.
Cool. So we cut back to. Is there anything else you want to do before you?
No,
we've all had enough of the bad show at this point.
Yeah. The spin-off coming soon to the T&C YouTube channel.
He lost his faith and found it again.
Yeah, it's a true life story.
He made up a religion.
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez and Snaggletooth, are you heading towards the Goose Feather Tavern?
We are. We're having a lovely walk through the town.
Are you talking on the way, or?
Yeah, we're just making chit chat about stuff.
Just talking about life.
Yeah, but as we are, I overhear something from the townspeople, and I stop Snaggletooth. I put him on the shoulder, and presumably Snaggletooth will wonder why I'm doing that.
Why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that? I have paid attention.
I go. That feeling of reminiscence is coming over me again, but this time it's been sparked by a sound. There's a strange language that I haven't heard for a long time.
Describe the sound.
It's some kind of language that you may know as Thieves' Cant, which I believe is this extra special language that only certain people who level up can understand.
Yeah, you do understand Thieves' Cant. You catch like the odd. Well, you can catch like every region has its own Thieves' Cant, and you kind of generally understand most of it. The stuff that you can overhear, and as you know about Thieves' Cant, the idea is you kind of keep it under like hushed tones, so like no one else can hear it, so it's quite private between people. But you catch the odd, a lot of talk about the missing butler. Word's already kind of spreading through the town. Like, do you hear like the butler's dead? Like, do you know about this? Did you do it? And people are like, no, I didn't. I wasn't do it. Yeah.
His mate sleeping soundly.
People accusing each other of doing it, and like other people not being offended by being accused of it. Like, well, it's not my it's not my style, you know. Like, thunderbolted into a lake. That just seems ostentatious. Like,
So I'm taking all this information in, and I'm, like, this is so bizarre and peculiar. What does this mean?
Do we want to go on?
This is what I'm doing, Snaggletooth. I'm just like, what does this mean? What does it mean? What am I doing here? Why is this happening to me?
To you?
To me? Yes.
In particular.
Yes. I'm going through something. Try and empathize with me.
Is it puberty again?
Were you not at the HR meeting when we were talking about this stuff? Well, I'm just going to take this weird bit of information and put it in my backstory back pocket, and we're going to carry on to the Goose Hotel or whatever it was called.
The Goose Hotel.
Goose feather.
See, Gunny, that's how you fucking say in a backstory.
All right, I thought you wanted to nip this wild rumor in the buds, like before it spread any further.
No, don't out me.
I'm going to go up to these complete strangers and go, "Oh no, don't worry about that guy. He's dead. We killed him." Anywho's, my name's Michelle.
How we always wanted to go. Okay, the goose feather is like it takes you a little. You kind of walk past it a few times before you see like the sign, like which has got like a goose with a tankard in its mouth or kind of in its beak, kind of
That's
holding
hilarious.
it. And you see it, but you can't see a building. It takes you a few passes until you see, like, hang on a minute. Look down. There's like a cellar that opens up into the this warm hearth set up. There's it's just a nice upmarket tavern with like a nice fire in the middle of it. There's like tables set out. There's a few mainly gnomes drinking in there. As you going in, or are you going somewhere else?
Can Snaggletooth even fit inside? He's an orc. He's quite tall, isn't he?
It's quite big.
Okay.
I wouldn't go in there. Like
It's
So
all
we're gonna have to get an outside table.
Al fresco.
Yeah.
Can we ask them if we can dine al fresco?
You head down into the tavern, and there's a gnome with a big walrusy moustache tending the bar, just kind of cleaning out the mugs. He kind of sees you come in and waves like, "Oh, welcome. Take a seat, and someone will be right with you to take a drink order."
Okay. I think I know what I'm
It's
going
one
to
of
order.
those places. The table service.
Yeah, table set.
Ooh.
As you sit down, you notice like you can't see any waiters or waitresses going around. You just hear like lots of black, 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 black. And as you kind of look around, you notice there's like geese going around. Just
Do I have a phone? Can I start taking Instagram pictures of this for my followers?
we've got a
Because
sketch of them going.
okay, I'm just doing sketches of geese with tangents.
Yeah, I mean, it looks amazing, but wait till you see what they expect as a tip. Like,
I think the size of the bill would take care of it, except yeah. Anyway,
hey, hey.
One of the geese kind of come over. One of the geese comes over to you with an empty table, and like its mouth doesn't move, but you can hear the bartender's voice that is like
coming to the goose.
Yeah, just kind of coming from around it.
Okay, I go 3 tequilas, please. Also, what are you gonna have? Ha ha! Because I'm a bit freaked out by this.
By the
But I'm also
t-shirt.
trying to sell my t-shirts. Snaggletooth.
I don't know. Yard of ale. Why not?
How special.
Let's make a night of
Just
it.
kind of plats up, and the bartender kind of
Little
puts
feet. With his little feet.
little webbing around.
Adorable.
As you're waiting for your drinks to come back, you hear like a voice from behind you, like one of the tables in the back. Michelle Rodriguez, is that you?
Alright, I go, oh shit, don't look. I'm going to pretend I don't hear him.
Yikes! I'm so glad I went to my temple.
He says in Thieves' Cant, "How have you been? It's been ages."
I'm like, so I'm going to like do the whole thing where you don't know the person you're talking to, but you're, oh yeah, hi.
Hey, you.
You do.
How's it going, Chief?
You turn around and you do actually recognise the person at the table next to you. It's someone you kind of knew from your Imps and Tiefling days. Someone who was at Jenny's party. You knew his name was Jimmy. And like he always wore a top hat everywhere, so he was known as Jimmy the Hat. He's like this. He's a human. He's got like a little scar on his eye.
Why does everyone have a scar on their eye? What's going on?
rough.
Dangerous village.
Everyone playing with pointy objects.
How have you been?
Oh, well, first of all, you know my friend Snaggletooth. He worked in the same office.
Of course, yeah. Come join us. It's been
Oh,
Ages.
we have had a time of it, Jimmy the Hat.
It has been a day.
Oh my god, there was the ship that sank, and then I was taken prisoner by these people that we totally liberated and freed all the people there. Don't worry about that. And then there was these hobgoblins and these fucking little bitches everywhere. Have you had this problem? Is it just us?
Yeah, I came in. I just had like those loads of work in the peninsula and travelled in. We did have a lot of turbulence on the way over. There was I didn't see it, but I saw like this winged figure kind of flying above the boat that I was on, and just it flying past sent the wave everywhere. I was lucky to get across.
We have not mentioned that. Yes, that there was a giant flying monster that seemed otherworldly that we never bothered to talk about.
What is wrong with this peninsula? As you're talking, you hear plap, 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 and the goose comes back over with your drinks and kind of...
My 3 tequilas.
Yeah, 3 tequilas and a
And I say to Jimmy the Hat, hey, I've got 3 tequilas. Do you want anything? I'm back in party mode. Oh, Michelle.
You know, holds his drink. Oh, good. But listen, Snaggletooth, Michelle, are you kind of whispers under the hush of the bar, are you working at the moment? Are you looking for work or?
Yeah.
We slay the occasional goblin. And human.
And when he says that, we hear like a guitar sting, like bam, 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 bam. We zoom in on Snaggletooth's face, like
just the rage, just simmering under the surface.
yeah.
Yeah, there's this whole business that me and just Snaggletooth and no one else have, where we just travel from town to town.
Badge still fast asleep in
So,
a temple.
oh, by the way, Jimmy, do you remember that guy we used to work with, Badge?
Badge.
We had that whole HR thing because of him.
Oh, the elf guy.
Yeah.
Is he still?
Do you have any strong opinions about him?
Rants about like how gods don't exist and everything deserves to go in the flames.
It's something every day with that guy.
He's a weird one.
What's this job you got for us, Jimmy?
Well, I keep it, keep it kind of on the down low and everything. But we heard about the butler that was.
This guy again. Like, he's dead.
Really
Get
popular
over
butler.
it.
A really unpopular, but he's a really unpopular, not popular guy, like a nosy guy was I've heard said about him. Apparently, there are certain interested parties who kind of want to see the councillor go the same way, if you get me. You know?
Did he wink when he said that?
Oh yeah.
Good. I use my
with his one eye.
Yeah, with his one eye.
You wink or blink.
You're not sure if it's just a blink.
Well, Jimmy the Hat, if I'm reading the situation right here, and I think that I am, there's a certain gnome that you would not like to exist anymore.
Well, the councillor, the thing about this town is, like, I came in thinking it would just be gnomes, but it's grown since I was last here. This councillor is one of the half-orcs from up north. I passed through their lands on the way in. It's quite an expansive like half-orc, an orcish community up in the north. Councillor Gendruck is kind of represents the orcish interests in Craker's Gap, and like his butler, not a popular guy.
How much are you willing to pay us to do this?
See, the way I understand it is there's going to be 5,000 gold for this guy's head.
Hold on, do we have morals? Do we need to, like... Oh, we're just
Late in
going
the day,
to take
to
the
be
money.
honest.
I'm considering it's been
Good
3 episodes before that question came up.
So me,
I will happily sell out my own people for 5,000.
well, I was going to say we need to do one of my famous asides, but it seems like Snaggletooth has made his opinion very clear. So this motherfucker dead, yeah.
Yeah, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
But my quick aside is going to be, we're not going to cut Badge in on this, are we? Right? We're just going to kill this dude and see how he reacts.
Listen, if I was here, I wouldn't be taking part. This is too hot.
Which you're not, so shush.
Right.
So, Snaggletooth, you and me, we've got a secret pact going.
Yeah, we won't tell him.
Nice.
His badge just in the fourth bubble, saying like, "No, we won't do this."
Sure hope they're not planning to kill anybody. That would really piss off Guildenstern.
Okay, so we shake on that.
He
Presumably,
says,
he buys us some drinks as a sign of good favour.
he says like, well, it's 5,000 gold for the job, but minus my finder's fee, of course. I'd say 50% seems fair.
50%?
Now,
50%, you know.
Do I look like I fell off the boat? I mean, Jesus Christ, man, 50%. This is 10% tops.
We did fall off that boat.
Shut up, Thought Bubble! Get out of here!
It seems, you know, it's...
hold on, like,
who's got persuasion here? Who's going to be the best at haggling with this dude?
I could just intimidate him.
Intimidate sounds better.
Yeah.
Snaggletooth could intimidate him quite well, or Michelle Rodriguez has
Got +6 persuasion.
Your expertise is deception persuasion, so you get like you're quite good at persuading people.
Well, let's do it this way. Snaggletooth is going to start intimidating, and my persuasion's going to be he's going to fuck you up unless you agree to what Snaggletooth says.
Is this good cop, bad cop?
I'll call it Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle Rodriguez roll a persuasion check, which is D20 plus your +2 +4. So D20 +6 it would be.
I have rolled a 16, so +6 to that.
Okay. I say you've got advantage because Snaggletooth is there, so you can roll again if you want to see if you can get a higher result.
I think he's going to be scared enough of Snaggletooth holding him by the neck. Or by the... I don't want to tell Snaggletooth how to intimidate. I guess he, whatever the muse compels.
In general, I think Snaggletooth can just kind of fold his arms and kind of glare a little bit. Either way, 16 will do it. He's like, okay, that's seen,
Snaggletooth, what are you saying to him?
So, like, who's putting this job forward? Like, you're just the middleman?
I make my business being a middleman. That's it just comes down the grapevine to me, and I spread it out. I've heard, well, there are a lot of rumors about, as you know, like the underworld talks to itself, but rumors are saying this is coming from Adder's Fork. The Duchess has put the hit out on this guy.
That's come up before, hasn't it?
Yeah. But, so why do they want this dude dead? What has he got in the interest of it, or
just the middleman?
He's got the orcs' interest at heart. Like, why do people want him dead?
Well, maybe that it's coming from the rumor said it's coming from the Duchess. It may not be. Could be another council member once the orcs gone. Could be.
Muff him up, Snaggletooth. He's talking too much.
Yeah, let's pick him up by his ankles, hang him upside down.
I'm gonna say if you're gonna make like attack actions and stuff, we'd need to roll initiative. If that's what you're going for, just like a physical intimidation.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
I feel like I've got an unfair reputation as someone who escalates situations without reason.
We're not setting anyone on fire, we're just intimidating.
And you guys are about to start a bar brawl.
No, we're not. Oh, the goose are going to turn on us. The geese are going to turn on us, are they?
I've been chased by geese. Not fun.
I think I could. Can I speak goose? No?
Actually, funnily enough, I think when you leveled up as a beast totem barbarian, you actually do get speak with animals, but it takes you 10 minutes.
I've got speak with animals.
Well, you're not here, so shut up.
It takes you 10 minutes to cast it though, which is way longer than.
Yeah, that ship's passed.
Yeah, well, you've got to kind of meditate for like 10 minutes before you can do it. But
let's just intimidate this guy. I'm not scared of him.
How are you going to intimidate him? Are you going to you just kind of, or are you actually going to attack him?
We'll go with the softly first. So let's push him against the wall.
You go to push him against the wall. I'm going to have you and him. Have Snaggletooth and Jimmy roll off initiatives to see how this goes. So it's just it's not really going into combat. It's just roll your D20 plus your dexterity mod, which is 1 in your case.
I can't actually see because it's very dark.
I was going to say, I'm going to need to put
16.
a light on.
16 plus 1, so
Jimmy
17.
got an 11, so you go to grab him. He kind of looks like he's going to twist out the way, and you kind of grab hold of him by the lapels. And it's like, you've got hold of him. What are you going to do?
Like, shove him against the wall and say, like, you are not being clear enough. Stop with all the smoke and mirrors bullshit.
And lower your
All this
goddamn
thieves'
price.
camp bollocks.
Make me a. What would be for this? I would say insight. So it'd be roll a d20 plus your wisdom modifier. So it'd be d20 minus 1.
Right. I can't actually see. I think that's a 17 minus 1, so 16.
You notice, like, as you pull him against the wall, he doesn't like resist, but he pulls like a little knife out of his belt and sort of holds it, just like. And you think, like, if you'd gone forward a little bit more, you'd have got like a stab. It's like, listen, mate, let's all cool off, sit down, have a drink. We're all friends here. I'm not interested in starting. I'm obviously not interested in starting a fight with you, but you know, I don't want to have like my teeth. I'm not picking my teeth up off the bar. Let's all just cool it off. I can lower my prices, but I gotta.
Go.
We're in the right environment. The goose has got to wet his beak, you know.
Okay, I say, okay, Snaggletooth, put him down.
Yeah, put him down. Sit down. Let's negotiate.
As quickly as the knife appeared, it's back in his pocket, and he sat down, smiling again. Like, listen, you know, I'm just a middleman for this job, but you know, obviously it comes through me. A bit of the heat goes on my head as well. But what I'm willing to do, my finder's fee, since we're all imps and tieflings alumni, and say, you know, I'll lower it down. How about you take 4,000 gold? I just walk off with the 1,000. That seem reasonable?
Easier to split that between the two of us as well, I guess.
And then you take the blame.
I'll take.
Possessed innocence.
I'm taking a lot of heat even having this conversation in public.
I mean, there's a clear patsy. Someone you could even link to the original murder.
That's a good point. Okay, let's do that. Let's shake on that and then go to bed drunk.
Yeah, like shakes off. It's like, ladies, gentlemen. He like twirls his hat up onto his head and tips it like a total fucking knob. Like, you know, it's like fucking hipster bullshit. Like
he leaves.
Like you badly have to resist punching him again now.
I say to Snaggletooth as he leaves, that guy's a dick, but goddamn, is that a fine hat?
Mighty fine hat. As he leaves, two like shadowy figures like disentangle from the shadows, and it's two elven women who like glare at both of you as they walk past, particularly at Snaggletooth, and then they like go off in his wake, and they leave you to drink in this lovely pub with loads of geese running around.
Were they his back?
Like just having a few drinks. The geese are like, the bartender is as you get talking to him, like he's actually a wizard who uses who's like one of the geese is like his familiar, and the rest are like the geese's family. So they're all like a little family who kind of working. But like,
in my mind, this is like the most cartoony, like long-beard wizard who's like, "Welcome to my establishment. I see you can see the goose that I have magically," and I'm just like, "Mate, 3 tequilas.
yeah.
I'm not paying for your life story. I'm paying for drinks."
But it is really good tequila as well. And the ale is beautiful. Like, it's just a really nice night. There's no other trouble. It passes quite well. Are you going to bed to wake up?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got to be up early for murdering.
And then that sounds like a good place to call end of episode 1, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
And join us again next month on T&C D&D. Fades. Okay. Anyone need a piss break or anything?
I